Oh boy, here we go again. I just watched the Resident Evil show on Netflix. Came out today. And Hoochie Mama, what an experience. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, guys. First bit will be spoiler free, and then second bit will be spoilers. And I will drop an alert on the screen so you don't get spoiled. So for those of you who don't know, the show is telling two stories at the same time throughout the first season. One taking place in 2022 and one taking place in 2036, with the show primarily being focused on Wesker and his two daughters in the present timeline and his daughter Jade in the future timeline for the most part. And for the future stuff, I really disliked probably about 90% of it because it was just over the top action, very generic. It just wasn't for me, and I just thought it was very boring. And the present is a bit of a slow burn drama mystery. All I can really say without going into spoilers is that the first two episodes are unfortunately very weak. Lots of topical meta conversations and sloppy writing, and it's just flat out boring for the most part. The only thing keeping my attention was Wesker and Evelyn. If you can make it past the first two episodes, I think you could possibly find a couple things to enjoy here and there. For diehard purist RE fans though, I think you're absolutely going to hate this show. But for those with a little bit more of an open mind, you might slightly enjoy yourself, maybe. Anyways, that's all I have to say for spoiler free. Go watch it if you want to. I enjoyed it after the first two episodes. Okay, now the good stuff. Let's get on to the spoilers. There should be a spoiler warning on the screen here. So the monsters that made an appearance. We have zombies, which I think they handled decently well. I think the CG and the practical effects were pretty good for a video game adaptation, all things considered, but nothing special aside from a couple cool kills. Lickers were in the show, which I thought the CG was cool in them. That's you, buddy, by the way. That means you. One scene though, they were only in one scene, and it actually made me really angry. There was a group of Umbrella soldiers just opening fire on this van with one of our main characters in there, and the Lickers don't do anything. Like, they sort of wrote themselves into a corner, I feel like. The Lickers are supposed to react to sound if you've watched or if you've played the games before. And they still react to sound in the show, but it was just so weird. So the soldiers were opening fire and the Lickers didn't react until it was convenient for the plot line, like the plot line that was happening at that moment. So it was just really dumb. It sort of took me out of the moment because, like, if it was actually realistic towards the video game, as soon as one person fired a single bullet, those Lickers would have been on him and everyone would have been wiped out instantly. But it was the complete opposite. That was pretty stupid, but they looked pretty cool. Zombie dogs were zombie dogs, but they were in the show, which was awesome. Dr. Salvador made an appearance, which he was there for a couple minutes. It was nothing special, but you know, I enjoyed him being there. The huge RE3 worm, Gravedigger, was there, and yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. The CG was decent on him. There was also a scene with a spider. All these scenes that I mentioned, by the way, they're all in the trailer. There was, like, outside of the trailer, there wasn't many new monsters, but I digress. The spider was there. I think he was handled really well. It was just a massive spider like Black Tiger, except more akin to it looked more like the CVX big spider. They actually included the alligator, and that scene was sick. It reminded me of, like, Godzilla, sort of. I think they handled the gator really well. He looked cool, or the CG was well done, the design looked really cool, and I liked his purpose. Like, it was one of the few future aspects that I enjoyed. And when they released the gator, turning the two keys RE0 style, that was really cool. Really appreciated that, and I really enjoyed that scene. Tyrant was also there, and he was used as a cliffhanger for season 2, which I thought was pretty clever. It got a smirk out of me. All right, and the big bad boy. I couldn't believe, oh my god, I could not believe when actual real Wesker was walking down those stairs and it zoomed in on the glove, and then he was there with his 3 clones treating them like shit. I thought, okay, when actual Wesker showed up, I was dying laughing, but at the same time, I thought it was really cool. When I finished the show, I went back and rewatched the scene where they showed cool Wesker, and I love the fact that they included later on that he died in a volcano. Like, it was really cool. I really appreciated those small little nods to the franchise, and yeah, I thought those were awesome. Some other things I thought were really cool aside from the monsters in the show, there was some little Easter eggs. Like, there was an episode where they were doing puzzles around the Wesker household, where they used a dog whistle and they played Moonlight Sonata on the piano to reach an underground laboratory, which was Wesker's. in his own house. And yeah, that was cool. And when they got down there, they found all the files about Raccoon City and they seen Lisa Trevor. And that was awesome. Like, I really, really appreciated moments like that. Sometimes in Resident Evil TV shows and movies, we are starved of those moments. And I thought they were handled very well in this particular TV show. Now for the quality of the show. The writing was, unfortunately, in my opinion, insanely sloppy. In almost every single episode, they wrote themselves into a corner and something extremely convenient happened just because. For example, in episode 1, you have the sirens going off at the Umbrella Lab because of the break-in. And literally no one showed at the Umbrella Lab. Like, there's not a janitor, there's not a security guard, there's not a soldier in sight. It is so stupid. But then in later episodes, the alarm's going off and there is people everywhere. There's armed guards lining up by the dozens. It's like the inconsistencies are insane. But yes, I digress. I don't need to go on and on. If you watch the show, I'm sure you'll agree. And some of the dialogue in general was just off-putting. But yeah, the writing was sloppy. The acting, for the most part, though, was pretty damn good. I thought Lance stole the show with Wesker, and I thought the actress for Evelyn did an amazing job at being a hateable character, and I thought everyone did a decent job in the acting portion. And I think sometimes people get acting and writing conflicted and confused. No one can act themselves out of a line like in Star Wars Episode 2, I hate sand, it's coarse, it's rough. It doesn't matter who you give that line to, they're not gonna be able to say that correctly. And I feel like some of the actors and actresses were given lines similar to that, where it's sort of hard to make it believable, but all in all, I think they did a great job with the acting. The cinematography, nothing much to write home about. They love their blurry camera. That's about it. The original soundtrack was pretty well done, not very memorable, but fitting enough for each scene that I thought it was decent. But yeah, I don't have much to say. I'll be talking about it on my stream a lot, but all in all, I think diehard pure story fans, like I said, are gonna hate this with a passion. And if you have a little bit of an open mind, you might enjoy some parts of the show. They did put in an effort for some serious nods to the fans of the video games. Overall, though, I semi-enjoyed the show. I thought the present stuff was really cool. I liked the drama and I liked the story going on. And the future stuff I just thought was pretty lame. I thought they just threw that in there just to show off some of the monsters, which, it was fine. Overall, I can't give it a score out of 10. I hate doing that sometimes. I'm just gonna say, I thought it was okay. It's one of the better Resident Evil adaptations in my opinion, which is like comparing two shits in a toilet. So, I mean, take that as you will. But I thought it was all right. Some of you are going to absolutely hate it. Some of you are going to really enjoy it. And others will be like me and just be a bit lukewarm on it. But anyways, guys, enjoy if you watch it. I don't care if you don't. And I will see you on my stream. We'll talk about it later. Peace out, everybody.